Molly.
Hi, my name is Liz.
And we're here for Raps&Hustles.com.
We're about to interview Bad Lucc at Diamond Lane Studios in North Hollywood. Let's go.
Diamond Lane have kind of been your reintroduction of Bad Lucc when you came out with Breaking Bad, and you came out with Problem and Welcome to Mollywood and Welcome to Mollywood 2. And then now with Off The Porch. Why don't you tell us about Bad Lucc prior to all this?
Well, I started rapping in high school. Rapping at the time. Rap at the time was just huge, and the '90s was huge anyway. And a lot of my friends in high school rap. I've been writing poetry since a youngin', since like 3rd, 4th grade. So it was a natural adjustment for me to try to do it. I was kind of good at it. So I just stayed with it. But I could go through all the years I've been rapping and doing little things, but I would say I got my official start. My professional start was Snoop Dogg. We had a group called Western Union. Me, my man Damani, my man Superfly, and Snoop Dogg signed us, and we did our thing. We had an album come out. We changed our name to Dub Union, obviously, because Western Union wasn't having that. So we had to change our name to Dub Union, and we put out an album, went on tour, shot some videos, and I started from there. Really.
Tell us about battle rapping, Bad Lucc.
Yeah, battle rapping for me was it was cool because it wasn't as big as it is now. It was the real hip hop heads did it. They battle all the time as just an MC, but it wasn't like big marketed like it is now. But so when I started out, it was no studios to go to because I didn't have access to any, being a youngin'. So you just had to be dope on the spot. Wherever anybody was rapping at, you had to be just good right there because you couldn't just record songs. And I wasn't even thinking songs at the time. I'm just like, yo, who got bars? Who can rap? And so it just naturally kind of aggressively started out, going at people. That, you're in a circle with going at people in ciphers or whatever, which is how I actually got my name. I changed my name to Bad Lucc, kind of like it was bad luck for you to go against me, my opponent. You know what I mean? So, but it kind of stuck after that. I thought it was cool because everybody had cool, nice names, and Bad Lucc to me was kind of dark, aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, who would name themselves Bad Lucc? But it really wasn't for me; it was for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it kind of stuck. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of how you met Problem, right?
Well, no, I met Problem at a studio. It was an independent record label by the name of Gang Green, and one of my boys, Holla, was a flagship artist. Now, Holla, they had a studio in Silmar, California. Holla invited all these rappers out to just come rap, and Prob was one of the guys there amongst like 14, 15 rappers that was there, and me and him just vibed like naturally. We were just in the corner, off to ourselves with a couple other homies, whatever, just kind of joking, laughing. And then when we got on the mic, I liked his style. Like, he was dope. And he was like, oh, yo, you dope. I fuck with you. Maybe we exchange numbers and do some work. And then from then on, man, we just been brothers ever since. I've been rapping with him. He put me in the studio one time, and I put him in the studio on something, and we just been cool ever since for years. That's been probably 13 plus years.
Wow. Okay, so you guys obviously started a culture when you guys started putting out, especially Welcome to Mollywood, I think, and everything that came out within those years. I feel like you guys started a culture, and like
I'm glad you say that. Black people recognize.
And I feel like you and Problem were like, you guys like led that movement,
right?
And so tell us about that.
It was just, you know what, man, and to keep it all the way real, and uncut real. It was just some dudes in the studio, a lot of drugs, a lot of women, good times. Like, it was like we wasn't worried. At the time, we got to think, we wasn't worried about, we were always thinking business, but business wasn't in front of our minds. We in the studio. Yeah. We like, yo, let's do some dope songs. We're going to do some drugs. We're going to have a good time. That's really what it was. If I tell you the other way, I'll be lying to you. So I got to just give you the raw, real, what it was. So that's where the Mollywood term come from. Prod coined the term. He would always be like, let's go to Mollywood, doing Molly's, obviously. And it was a natural thing to go into music and go into this project with who we were at the time. So we want to introduce people to our world. This is what we are now. Like, I'm at the moment. We are Welcome to Mollywood. This is what you get. You know what I mean? Sex-driven, high-energy, turned-up music. You know what I mean? For the parties. We were partying.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, we put it out in the streets, man. The streets ate it up. So what that told us was it was a lot of people on what we were on, feeling like we were feeling, or needed that. That was like a soundtrack to what they were doing on the weekends and living lives and partying at these clubs and stuff like that. You know, so it just worked out. It started its own little culture, man, and it was just live. It was good times.
So what is like that song for you that you put out that is like the block's favorite track? Or you feel like the one that really cracked off? The
one that cracked off for me was way before Mollywood.
Yeah. That's exactly what I want to talk about.
For me, it was a song I did on, produced by my man THX. DJ Crazy Tunes had a mixtape DVD that he did, which was unheard at the time. You know, people weren't doing mixtapes on DVD. Mm-hmm. He would literally blend videos like scratching records, and videos going to other videos, and it was fucking dope. And I had a song called Where You From? And that song was just aggressive street shit. It was raw, uncut. I had like 200, 300 homies on the block out, turned up. We had dogs out, all kind of shit, cars out. It was just crazy. And that video being on that, me being unknown at the time, basically unknown at the time, that set it off for me in the city of LA, and then all up north California, down all the way down here. That was like, yo, who is that? You know what I mean? That set up in the streets though. It was no viral. It was no radio. In the streets, everybody knew who Lucc was. On some hood shit though. It wasn't like not like a lot of chicks probably didn't know, but every gangster anywhere knew who I was. So that kind of solidified my spot in some street shit. And then from rap, it grew after that. Me just kind of sticking with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is like your reference point where you're just like, man, I came from that? Or what is something that you look back on like all the time whenever you accomplish something? Like, what is that one either accomplishment or just event?
Well, you know, I really can't give you one, because the way I live my life and what I believe in, everything is signs, everything is blessings, everything is an achievement. Every little thing for me is huge, because any achievement, whether it's a small achievement or a big one, you could not have one either. You know what I mean? So whether it's a small award or something you won, or whether somebody likes your video, or some celebrity said on Twitter that you're dope, whatever the case may be, I enjoy it all. I humbly take it all in. Like, yo, that's pretty fucking dope. Because anytime somebody else takes time out their day to recognize your gift is amazing to me. So I really can't give you one achievement. I've done many things, and I lived a life that majority of people won't live. And I don't say that as bragging. I say that as humbly, like, I'm amazed at some of the things I did that had nothing to do with money. Like, it wasn't like I was a rich rapper. You know what I mean? I've been all over the place and seen all kind of things and been with all kind of people. And it was just kind of, for me, it was just like dope memories. You know what I mean? So I'll be here all day naming achievements. Every day is something new. Everything is something dope.
That's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to start to get into Off The Porch.
Cool.
I don't know if you want to get into.
So basically, Off The Porch, it was like out of the ballpark, because it was something way different than your previous work.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it's like, it's something that's important that all of us should listen to.
Thank you.
And it's not just like one message. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is your life. Every song has so many messages. So what is the message or messages?
That right there. That's funny. It's funny you say that. Like, I didn't want somebody to take one song from my album and say, "Oh, that song is dope," and then everybody likes that one song. That means you make crap for the rest of the songs. The rest of the songs didn't mean anything, whatever. So the fact is, people are taking many things from it. Is amazing. You know what I mean? That means I'm getting the message across. It's doing what it's supposed to do. This song, you may not feel this song necessarily like she does. But the fact that you feel one and she feels one is incredible. And plus, what I want to do in music is I didn't want to box myself in with try to keep this one subject matter thing and try to take a concept and drag it to the hell and just keep dragging it, and then it's just this one thing. And because once you're out of that mood, you don't listen to my album no more. You know what I mean? But if I got something for all kind of things, you got something for your mother. If you got some kind of relationship with your mom, whether good or bad, it makes you feel that love of your mom, or you get into it with the law, or you got family members that going through things with police, and you know what's going on today, and all the police are getting into it with people and doing crazy things, or you know somebody who is living a street life, and you know he doesn't need to be doing that because you've seen the end of that road. You know what I mean? I got something for everybody. I try to kind of just take my thoughts and not box myself in. I made it to where I want to talk about many things, but have them all playing as one movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. That way, you know, hopefully you'll keep coming back to this movie and picking up different things from it.
The crazy thing about that was that it was like a movie because you did the skits.
Right.
And that was something different from your other projects. So how did you like approach that, or how was that process? It
was straight up. First of all, I always do. My CEO preaches this all the time. I always study the veterans. I always study veterans. My favorite album is Death Certificate by Ice Cube. So when you listen to these albums, they were like movies. They were movies. Yeah. It was intros, skits, interludes. What's funny is I get a lot of feedback for doing the interludes and skits and things and intros, and people are like, yo, that was dope, you did skits and interludes. And I'm like that what people supposed to do? I thought that's what artists did. Like, you do interludes and skits and intros and outros, and right? But it's almost like a lost art because a lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't know. Also, you know, people don't study their vets. The younger generation, no disrespect to them, but a lot of them don't respect their vets like they're supposed to. Because if you did, you would know what they were doing. You would study these guys, and you would wonder why your average rapper today got maybe 3 to 5 years, and you got a cat like Snoop Dogg that's going to be famous forever, or you got a cat like Ice Cube that's going to be famous forever. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, 20 years, and you know you got cats that's been doing it forever. So they obviously did it the right way. So that was my key. My key was to make it a storyline, all the songs, or put skits in there, say something in between these songs that meant something for real, that came from your real mouth. Yeah. So they know you meant it, and it was really you. You know what I mean? I just want to tie it all in together and give you as much as me as possible. You're not going to get me all in one album, but I'll give you as much of me as possible in every album.
The funny thing about that, we were actually listening to the project when we were coming here, and you know that skit in Mr. Officer? We know when the siren comes off. Right. We're all like,
everybody's hear the siren, they're looking around like, yo, whoa. Yeah.
That was funny. But got it. How you said that there's something for everyone, right? So you have all these messages and stuff, and what do you want to resonate with this project for the younger generations? Because I feel like all of us can find us in that project, right. You know, and maybe kind of talk about like how your experiences are gonna like resonate within us and within the next generation.
I said because nothing's new under the sun. It's all been done. Like, you know what I mean? So me telling you about, if I got a song called Bobby's World, right? Yeah. And Bobby's World, everybody knows a Bobby somewhere. If you was born, raised, got family members, something, anywhere around, any kind of urban America, you know a Bobby somewhere. You're connected to him some kind of way. This kid his mom's a great mom. You know what I mean? She's trying to do her best, but she can't. She's a single mom, so she has 2 different jobs. She's going in the morning, going at night. So you can't watch your son or your kid like you want to. So what happens is the streets start to raise him. Yeah. And you don't see the changes because you're always working, doing things. And what's funny is you're doing it for him, supplying for him. But you don't know he's out there living for something else, right? And then by the time you turn around, something goes wrong, and God forbid, your son gets laid down to rest. And then you're like, oh, my baby, Bobby. But to the hood, they like, that's Bobby. Bobby's the killer. Like, but you didn't know that. You was trying to do it. And then people will peg you as the bad mom. They say, you didn't raise your kid right. But how could you do it? You have no help. And you had 2 or 3 different jobs. You can't watch your son like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the twisted, it's a reality, though, for a lot of people. So to paint that picture, I want to show cats is living that life that's not really what you want to do. You know what I mean? And plus show the flip side for the mother or the parent who I really show love for, who tries to take care of him and take care of that kid. But you can't do everything at once. You're already a superwoman, like by trying to by being a mom and doing all these things. Like I want to show love to her too. Like, yo, it's not your fault all the time. You know what I mean? You can't help what the streets do. The streets take your kids in, they'll swallow them sometimes. So, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, just take different things, man. I want people to take the good and bad. I don't want to glorify negativity. Sometimes I get my moods where I feel like Tupac, where sometimes I want to do a hit 'em up. Sometimes I want to do a Dear Mama. I'm a man, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I want to do you know what I mean? Every city we go, she a hoe. Sometimes I want to do another song. You know, some complete polar opposite of some song, whatever kind of song. So, you know, I'm gonna give you everything, but I want you to just learn from it, take from it, whether negative or positive. Take something from it. Don't just dance, and then that song don't mean nothing to you next summer. You know what I mean? I want you to take it for life and be like, damn, I remember where I was when I heard that. You know what I mean? Because I care. So that's the difference.
So how, for this project, have you like received, what has the response been like? And has there been like one response that kind of just like was like, wow, like I can't believe my project did that?
And I have to actually screenshot that response.
Oh, really?
Every time somebody asks me that question, I have the it's a long. I'll send you that. I don't know if I was talking off camera. But, so for those who know, my manager Greg's in the background. I'm asking Greg that it's this response by this dude named Kelly. Austin Kelly's the director, and he sent me this response. And I don't know if I'm gonna read it because it's kind of long. It was in my DM on Instagram, but it was so deep and it was so real that I was blown away. I was just blown away by it, and it said everything. What's funny, what's dope about music is if you're doing it for a reason. I'm talking about a real reason, not like I said, not a selfish reason. You know, you're doing it to help somebody or heal somebody or change something. Then you love for somebody to get it. Like I tell you, get it. The question you're asking, you get what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Even with asking the question to kind of figure it out, to confirm it, but you get it. Like, so I love when people get it. And he got it. He was just basically saying like, yo, I kind of want to read. I want to kind of read it. You know what I mean? I'm just read it, man, because it was so dope. And shout out to Austin Kelly for doing this, man. And it was just incredible. And I saved it. That's how real it was. And it meant everything to me. And here it is right here. Okay. So Austin Kelly said this. It's going to seem like I'm going to read it fast, okay? Let me get it right. Okay. He said, your Off The Porch album is a true piece of art. The thematic elements which you chose to cover are extremely socially relevant and makes it a piece of culture that can never be undone. You mastered it. What you said for the collective subconscious of a group of people, specifically young black males and young men of all races in all socioeconomic situations for that matter in LA and around the world is substantial. The arrangement of songs is also a melody all in its own. It's one of my favorite albums now. You put in everything you had, and I truly believe you are one of this generation's role models for West Coast hip-hop. The intelligence, the conservation of arbitrary thoughts substituted for precise words and lyrics all point to it coming from someone who has a lot to say and knows what they want to say, now and in the future. I wish you continued success, specifically in cutting at the heart of this generation and the next, and pray that Diamond Lane continues its upward mobility through the things you have to say and wish to affect. Much love always. That was incredible to me. Even now, it blows my mind that somebody got that from, you know what I mean, from my music. Yeah. Because when we do music in here, yes, we're having a good time, but we're not playing. You know what I mean? Like you may see us turning up and stuff like that, maybe drinking, maybe smoking, but it's serious, and it really comes from here. And I want people to, when they hear my music, I want you to know that he actually cares. Let's look at it like this. He actually cares what I'm about to pay for. I actually care that you're about to spend that $10, $13, whatever. I care. So which makes people want to pay the money to get good music, to get soul food. You know what I mean? You want music that's going to stick with you. You don't want the fast food. I'm not serving you McDonald's. I'm not giving you the music to be turned up for the minute that you're sick at the end of the night because you ate bullshit early. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I want to give you forever music. And the reason I kept it because it just blows me away, and it lets me know, damn, okay, look, you doing what you're supposed to do. You're on the right path. What you set out to do is turning out for the best. Now I got bigger and a bigger platform to conquer and bigger stages and more people to meet and more things to do. But that right there lets me know I'm on the right path to doing the right thing. So I was just floored by that, man. That's the one I want to always let people know that's dope to me.
Yeah. That's cool. But you're going to reach, the pinnacles because, I mean, you have that heart in it. And so,
Thank you.
And, like, going back to that kind of, it was cool how, like, on the reel, like you said, like, Granny over Grammy, and I thought that like, hit me. That hit me. I was like, that's what's up right there.
Because rap and this, braggadocio bravado thing we have where, it's kind of like men over women thing that they do, but I don't get down like that. It's funny because my music from where Welcome to Mollywood 1 and 2 was, is completely opposite. You know what I mean? But what I was showing you was, I'm in Problem's world here. You know what I mean? And for the time being, we were living this life. I'm not there no more. Yeah, you know what I mean? For the most part, yes, I can turn up, man. Yes, I can get live, and yes, I can smoke and drink and turn up, whatever. But when you hear Bad Lucc album, like, that's soul food. You know what I mean? And when I say soul food, I don't want to take the fun out of it. It's still fun. Yeah. Still got fun records. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I don't want to take the fun out of it, but I want you to be able to take that album with you forever and keep it. And as one of the greats, when you line it up with the rest of the greats, hopefully, whether it's Off The Porch, whether it's my next album, but one of these albums I set out to be, hopefully, is going to be one of your best hip-hop albums of all time. So that's what I'm working on to be, because I actually care. So,
production-wise, I know that Problem touched
everything.
Basically
Problem touched everything. Right? Me and Prob sits in here. We can sit up all day and try to hit up producers and try to find beats, but Prob make beats. You know what I mean? Prob makes beats from the start up to the finish. He edits, he cuts them up, because he does mixing if he wants to. He's incredible. So what we did was he does the majority of production he does by himself. And what we do is, if I got a couple of friends around and they do beats, he'll come in, they'll do beats, and then Prob will come in and then reproduce with them. And they do their thing and then make it even bigger and better. So Prob had his hand literally on every song on that album. Literally. So he produced that whole album. He made it what it was. He's a great producer.
Yeah,
his ideas were a lot of the skit productions and certain ideas and how this song goes to this song, and it's that's Prob. I hear that he helps me. We're here and we work back to do our things, bounce off ideas. But for the most part, man, he's running that show. He quarterbacked that situation, and I'm a student. Like, I've always been a student, and I'm older than him. Like, but you got to realize when sometimes you take a back seat when somebody's right and somebody has the right thing to do and they got the position that taking a leading role, to follow, because one day you'll be a leader and you'll be great. So Prob made a great album, and what you guys are saying let me know he did a great job. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he did a good job. That energy, so that connection, and it bounces off from the music. So
we're gonna wrap it up just with heard that Mollywood 3 maybe coming out.
You heard about that, huh? No, but Mollywood 3, 6:30. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, I can't
it's a great time, and I will tell people this. It's gonna sound crazy. It's very confusing, but it says it. So don't expect Mollywood 3 to be like Mollywood 1 and Mollywood 2. But what I will say is, the party is back on. I said it.
Summer's here.
The party is back, and your summer is straight. Don't be worried. Don't be alarmed. Your summer is saved. Mollywood 3. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to close it out with Mollywood 3 today. Thank you so much.
Oh, Off The Porch. I gotta let them know where Off The Porch comes. Go get Off The Porch is out now.
Okay.
iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. Go get it. It's a very dope album, near and dear to my heart, and it means everything to me, and I think it'll mean everything to everybody. So definitely go get that. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Yes. Bad Lucc 354. Bad Lucc 2 Z's 354. Instagram and Twitter.
He has the best Twitter and best Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. Instagram.
I'm a clown.
There he is. I love it.
I swear the feeling is amazing. I swear the feeling is amazing. Don't even let the skies be your limitations. Living legend living his dream. Took a minute to show him, but fuck it, it's mean. Back to back in my city, my word is my meal. I'm just excited, my worth is I'm here. Misty-eyed, my mother cried for me. Devout Christian, she would never even lie for me. Raised by the fades of Jesus and janky niggas. And never fraternized with angry bitches. Long road from on that bus stop, but his arms fold.